If you enjoy fake reactions, then go watch somebody else where they just go, but please don't expect that here. Hi there, you lovely people. How are you? I hope you're doing great. I'm H of the Stage, musician slash vocal coach, and today I'm checking out not one, not two, but three Dimash screaming videos. Now one is the official video and the other two are live performances. This was actually suggested by my Patreon supporters, and thank you to everybody that supports me in any way, but especially to Patreon, because that really does make a whole lot of difference. They really want me to compare these videos because it seems that all of these performances are quite different, and I can't wait to check them out. I'm not sure if I heard this song before. I definitely didn't watch the official music video, but I did watch Dimash's D Dynasty concert, and I'm pretty sure that he performed it there. As I said, I'm not completely sure, but I think he did. Either way, I have a full reaction that's in a watch long format available on my Patreon, so if you want to check it out, go check out my Patreon page, and that way you support the channel, so Okay, without further ado, let's go check out this video together.
I feel it trying to turn my heart into stone. Put up resistance to me, so I let you go. Oh,
I love the breath you go.
It's such a soul, so sad they can't stay far from you. Raise me from the seams in it. I'm fighting to believe you remember me. I'm screaming why can't you hear me? I'm screaming why can't you feel me? I'm screaming inside.
Okay, so far what I can hear is this is almost like a vocalized. The refrain is kind of a vocalized because he's singing a lot, open vowel. I guess I didn't do myself a favor because I've imagined this song a bit differently. When I've heard the title Screaming, I thought it was going to be full of distortions, and I kind of felt it was going to go in a more rock metal manner, and it definitely doesn't go there, at least for now. Now, one thing that is a bit weird to me, and it does have anything to do with Dimash's singing, is the music, the backing track. It sounds a bit underproduced, if I'm honest. It doesn't sound completely on a high scale as I've kind of gotten used to with Dimash's new song. I mean, I know this is a bit of an older song, but it sounds kind of like a, let's say, more polished karaoke song, the backing track. I don't know what's happening. The piano at the start kind of sounded a bit thin to me, and even the drums sounded a bit weird, but I'm not giving up yet. We're only halfway into the song and there's still a lot to happen, so I'm crossing my fingers. I think Dimash deserves the best, so let's continue. Okay.
Why can't you hear me? I'm screaming
Okay.
Why can't you feel me? I'm screaming inside. Don't let us.
Okay, some things are a bit clearer right now. For example, the first chorus was kind of sung in this middle register, let's say, something that Dimash can sing, any time of the day. Nothing too complex for him, but it sounded a bit like it lacked energy, and you know, I was just thinking, okay, it's the first chorus. I'm guessing it's gonna build up later words, and it did. In the second chorus, he added these high head voice notes, and one thing that I've noticed is that the first chorus now acts as a backing vocal, and that makes more sense because it wasn't too complex. It was kind of a simple melody, and singing the vocalize on an ah vowel, nothing too complex, but the melody wasn't complex. It was kind of just following the chord structure, and now we finally understand why. Because the main vocal in the first chorus is acting like a backing vocal in the second chorus, and I think it's going to act in the same way for the rest of the song. Now, when it comes to the music, maybe I was a bit wrong describing the piano like being thin, but this music definitely sounds like something from maybe early 2000s, and it kind of doesn't fit in my, this is just a personal preference, it kind of doesn't fit with the image of the video and everything. To me, it doesn't sound connected. Like his voice is amazing and the chorus is really powerful, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let me listen to the rest of the song and I'll figure it out.
I know it's difficult, but can we try once more and get this right this time? I'm screaming out.
Okay, this is great.
I'm screaming out.
Killing it. An opera run and kind of a colorature thing. Okay, that part definitely reminds me of Queen of the Night, aria. Okay, so this ending definitely makes up for the rest of the song. To me, this is not the most interesting Dimash song, to be honest, but it definitely has its moments. Like, the ending is beautiful, especially when he changes from his kind of male head voice to this kind of soprano female head voice. Then he goes into that kind of Queen of the Night inspired staccato melody, soprano, very high melody, staccato, and that's just beautiful. A couple of things that I really enjoy about the song is the ending, the high notes by Dimash, those staccatos, the change of character. It kind of started in this pop electronic kind of vibe, then it turned into something even more energetic electronically, but even added a bit of opera as well. So, you know, it was kind of interesting blends between two, let's say, things that are not blended that often, but I can't wait to hear how it sounds live. I think this song has even more potential to sound better live. I just have a big feeling for this song that it might work even better live. So let's check out the next performance. The next performance that I'm listening to is Dimash screaming Idol Hits 2019. Let's go. Listen to the bass. A more symphonic approach this time. What the hell? Don't tell me this song didn't even start. Okay, it did. Okay, I was worried for a second that this was all a big intro of this idol or something competition. Whew, sorry, but the intro way better than the studio version in my opinion. Oh, immediately. I really enjoy it. Symphonic, electronic, it's a bit more upbeat. Whew. Way better.
Put up resistance to me, so I let you go. Oh,
damn.
but the love inside just won't subside again. Stay far apart. screaming. Why can't you hear me? I'm screaming. Why can't you feel me? I'm screaming inside.
Whoa. Okay. Woo. Okay, 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 okay. Way better than the studio version. I'm gonna be completely, I don't know. I just think it's better. Like, the arrangement so far is so much more energetic. Like, this mixture of electronic music and strings, like symphonic music, just fits this song way better than that kind of tin piano, in my opinion. I mean, I'm a pianist, keyboard player. I really enjoy a good sound of piano, and that wasn't that, you know? It was kind of weird, but this is already way more impactful than the first version. My opinion, maybe you don't agree, maybe you agree, and that's all okay. Basically, singing these, I would call them passage lines. Listen to them and you will understand what I'm talking about.
Why can't you feel me? I'm screaming inside.
Ooh, and runs. Going into falsetto there. You know, just a beautiful way to connect the chorus and what's coming next. And I think I've heard a bit of rapping here, so.
Үлкен кіші алыс жақын туыс бауыр ағайын шын көңілімнен мен сіздерге айтамын қазір күннің жігіттері ол долайын біздің жігіттерге жырдан асыл лақат ағайын таныс әлі бейтаныс па бәрібір үлкенге де кішіге де сый құрмет сәлем біл өз ана тілін қасірлеген ардақтап таныта білген бір сыры мен сегіз қыр.
Okay, this should be the official version.
Would have resistance to miss her to go. Oh, yeah.
Adding a bit more volume
But the
and
love
singing wider,
inside just gone subside.
darker, a bit more beltier.
From you, rips me from the scenes in that I'm fighting to believe you remember me. Say I'm screaming.
So he's singing it kind of the same way he did in the first chorus. That's different from the official version. Okay, so this is interesting to compare. I'm actually enjoying this video quite a bit. So in the studio version, he's singing the first chorus and the second chorus and the third chorus always differently. There's always this melody going on in the backwards, playing as a backing vocal. I've already talked about that, but here he's singing it in the exact same way to confirm the melody, and I'm guessing that he's only doing that because there's still a lot more song to go, you know? Like, we're only halfway through the song. This version is a bit different and it's a bit longer, so I can't wait to hear what he's going to pull off next. I'm waiting for those high head voice notes. Maybe now? Oh. Ooh. But nobody can do this like Dimash. I don't even know how to explain this completely. This is not your typical belt, which is kind of more chestier, which is kind of more open and, you know, it feels more shouty. This feels, well, basically like screaming, like the song says. But at the same time, it doesn't use grit. So it's just like a perfectly focused, very high head voice note, but at the same time, it doesn't go into that. Well, I think this is a very high mixed note because it has the energy of a belt, but it also has the pitch, it has a very high pitch that's usually kind of only available if you're singing in head voice. But Dimash doesn't use his operatic notes just yet, which I connect to his head voice, so this is most likely his higher mixed note. This is just pumping up the crowd. This is something that I don't analyze like in terms of pitch and everything. So the backing track is repeating his lower chorus melody. I've actually heard it, but I didn't want to comment it yet. Okay, he's singing deeper. This is more of a sing-along version, and that's a very rare thing in Dimash's song. Right? Like, who can sing along with Dimash? But he's trying, he's trying to have these songs that are a bit more deeper so the crowd can get involved. And I think that's a smart choice, even from a business perspective. I mean, who wants to go to a concert that they can't sing anything along to? I mean, that's nice. That's nice to be completely mesmerized by somebody's vocal abilities, and not even vocal, like playing abilities. I mean, this guy, I've listened to that D Dynasty concert. This guy plays like, 11 instruments. He's crazy. And not just him, whenever you go to a concert, you don't want to see a everyday person. You want to see a king. You want to see somebody who's incredible. You want to see, a semi-god, let's say. And Dimash is pretty much there, he's already a legend. But even for him, having these easier melodies in the chorus, deeper melodies, so everybody can sing along, I think that's just incredible and interesting and fun thing to have. He's definitely enjoying himself so much here. And is always a great thing for the crowd to learn. It's simple, easy to remember. And this is a more rock-driven song. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. Great ending. And all in all, I think this song has way better music than the official music video. Like, it started a bit electronic and symphonic, but it just went into this rock kind of song. And as I already said, this is kind of how I imagined the song. I mean, this song is called screaming. And what better genre describes screaming than, I don't know, rock, metal? Having electronic music, that's all fun and good, but screaming, screaming. Okay, the third version is the most recent one. It's from 2021. It's from Beijing, live performance. So let's go check it out. Okay, electronic and rock.
I feel trying to turn my heart into stone.
What?
Put up resistance to me, so I let you go.
Okay.
But the love inside just won't subside again. Stay far from you, rips me from the scenes in it. I'm fighting to believe you remember me.
Okay, so I know a lot of you are going to bash me in the comment section so much, but I actually have something to show you. And if you really try to focus, I think you will hear what I mean. But before I do that, I really hope that this is not the first Dimash reaction that you're watching on this channel. If you watched any of my Dimash reactions in the past, then you know how much I love the dude. He's an incredible singer. I appreciate him so much. He's probably one of the best singers in the world nowadays. He's just incredible. But this performance has some weird parts. Let's go back and listen to it from the start, and I will tell you what I mean.
I feel you trying to turn my heart into stone.
So if you really focus on two words, turn and stone, you will hear a sort of an artificial sound, which is actually when they tune your voice up. So this is either a live auto tune or this might be a post-production thing, which means that maybe they've used the audio that was recorded, from this live performance, and then they tweaked it laterwards. I don't know. Maybe they've done it because this was recorded for TV. Maybe this is not even Dimash's choice, but it's definitely there. It's not over the top. It's not like he's using 100% of autotune. And, if he was, then that would be, everybody would be able to hear it, not just, trained ears. You can dial autotune to different percentages. So you can use 100%, 50%, 30%. I would say that this is maybe, 20% tops. It's not too much, but it's definitely audible if you really pay close attention. Now, if they were to use 100%, everybody could hear it. It would sound very robotic. But here, you can hear it on a couple of notes. And I'm trying to understand why this is happening. Probably because this is a TV channel. Maybe it's their choice. But listen. So if you focus on the word heart and stone, you can hear it. It really sounds robotically straight. Now, I know Dimash is singing, and I've been listening to him for years. Now, I really love him, and this is not his straight note. It's just, this is not anybody's straight note, because nobody can be this robotically clean. I'm not even saying that it sounds beautiful clean. It just sounds weird clean. But there's an even better word where you will definitely hear it. Listen. I hear it here slightly, but there's this one dead giveaway. Hear it slightly, but here. Did you hear that the? Like, there's no way that you can make a sound like that. It's just not possible. I know beatboxers and, imitators and, impressionists can do a lot of crazy sounds, but this is just not a natural sound. It's not something that you would sing, especially, you wouldn't sing one note like this. Maybe you would try to sing the whole phrase. But if it's just one note, that probably means that he either sang this note a little bit off. Maybe he was tired. I don't know. Maybe this was not his best day. Maybe he had a lot of other concerts before this, so maybe he was, exhausted. That can happen to Dimash as well. He's only human, even though we like to believe that he's more than that because he's singing amazingly. But here, he actually had a couple of off notes that they've corrected either later or it was a live auto-tune situation. That's something that I can't tell from just listening to a recording. I can hear it a bit here, but listen to the duh. That's just not a natural duh. Nobody can tell me otherwise. But let's continue listening. Maybe we figure out something else. I think I understand why. And they turned it off here completely. Okay, so there are a couple of things that come into my mind. Now, first of all, I really don't want you to be mad at me. I'm just pointing out things that maybe some of you don't hear. And trust me, they are there. Now, you can tell me in the comment section, no, Dimash is not using autotune. He would never do that. And, I understand your frustration. I don't sometimes like when artists do this, but the truth is, it's a fact that 99% of everything that you hear on the radio and everything, even live performances, are pitch corrected. auto-tuned, either in the post-production or often very live. Now, I don't want to sit here and be one of those fake channels and just go, wow, Dimash, Dimash, Dimash. I mean, you know that I really love him. And you know, I've listened to a lot of songs, and there are moments when I really go insane because he is crazy good. He really is. But here, something is throwing me off. It's those couple of notes. Now, this is what I think is happening. A couple of things. First of all, this is a bit of a different arrangement of the song. Whenever you have a more electronic kind of arrangement, sometimes the choices of producers is that they use autotune not to fix notes, but to actually get that kind of aesthetic, to get that kind of robotic feel, because that kind of robotic sound of the voice actually fits better with electronic instruments, like with, let's say, techno, EDM, because that just kind of sounds natural, you know, like robots, electronics. That's why I don't like hearing a voice that's too much autotune in an acoustic performance. That just sounds, I don't know, disassembled for me. That may be one of the reasons. The other reason, which is very likely, is that they've added a bit of autotune, or they pitch corrected later words in the post-production phase, because Dimash is dancing, and whenever you're dancing and singing, there's bound to be a couple of notes, you know, flat here and there, just off, because when you're dancing, it's very hard to control your breath support. You know, even the best singers' performance tend to be flat sometimes, or even sharp, and then you can just fix those couple of notes laterwards. It's nothing too strange, and I don't really find it terrible. But this is how I want you to approach this. It's one thing to take somebody that sounds like a dying cat and try to fix every single pitchy note that they have and try to make it sound natural. That will never sound that good. You can hear them mumble rap and stuff like that. Those singers are just not very good, you know, not very good singers. They overproduce their vocals in every single way, not just pitch. Everything. There's almost nothing lively about them. Yes, somebody does it as an effect. This is how I often think about it. Imagine a photographer. Somebody takes a great landscape picture of, I don't know, nature. And if they tweak it a bit, maybe do some color grading, maybe add some contrast, brightness, I don't know, sharpen the photo. That's still the same photo. It just looks a bit more polished. And that's what I enjoy. You know, when somebody already takes a good photo, which they've really taken a lot of time to practice and master the, I don't know, angles and stuff, and natural light and stuff like that. And when they just, you know, polish it a bit, I really enjoy that. But when somebody takes a photo and, I don't know, messes up the saturation completely, it just looks all over the place. Maybe that can be an artistic thing. Maybe they can do something. And, you know, there's a time and place for stuff like that. But if they ruin the photo with all the effects, I don't know. I don't like that. The same thing happens for Autotune, Melodyne, or any other pitch correction software. If you just use it here and there to fix maybe a couple of notes because singer was maybe tired, breathy, or I don't know, exhausted from something else, I think that's okay. But if it's used over the top to a point where I don't really hear almost anything human inside of that performance, then I really don't understand. I mean, there are genres that really appreciate it. It's just not my cup of tea. But here it's not even over the top. It's not pushing the limits or anything, but I just want you to be aware of what's happening. Like 99% of the songs, especially on the radio that you hear, are all autotune. No question about it. And some live performances as well. Here, a couple of notes were definitely corrected. I've stated a couple of reasons. Maybe it's because he was dancing and he had a couple of notes flat here and there, or maybe even sharp. Maybe it wasn't even his choice. Maybe that's what the TV station, you know, the CCTV where this performance was played, wanted for the performance to sound better on TV. I don't know. You know, but it's not awful, but I just wanted you to be aware. And you know, it's okay by me. I'm sure there are going to be bashers in the comment section that are overprotective of Dimash, and trust me, I really love the dude. Just watch any of my other videos. The dude is amazing, but I'm just saying it as it is. I don't want to have a fake channel. If you enjoy fake reactions, then go watch somebody else where they just go you know, but please don't expect that here. If you want honest, real talk about music, then subscribe to this channel. I do hope that you will appreciate it. But let's continue listening. Maybe there is something more here. You know, it's like they've dialed it down a bit. I don't hear it so much now. Ooh. Sorry, but I can hear it here. If you haven't heard it by now, maybe you will hear it in this. I think when he's singing the word part. You know, that's definitely auto-tune. I mean, if you can't hear it, I'm actually sad because of you. I'm sorry, but you need to practice your ear to hear these stuff before commenting. I know that there are a lot of you that are going to comment, no, Dimash never uses autotune. No, he would never, and he really doesn't. Almost all the time he's singing live. Maybe there's something in the background where where they play his backing vocals and stuff like that. But other than that, he's almost always singing everything live. And even this is live, but it was autotune. Just please listen to the word part. It's really audible. He was a bit more shouty here than usual. I'm pretty sure that he was exhausted. Maybe he was ill or something, but this is not his best performance. I still enjoy it. There are still cool things, but it's definitely a bit more shouty from Dimash than what we're used to. But this is a great though, nevertheless. Perfect. Huh. And a perfect descending line. Okay. Let me listen to this descending line once again. So this is what's interesting about Dimash. Some easier parts, let's say he didn't sing completely correct. But these harder ones, he does like it's nothing. I don't know. This guy is just insane. Beautiful.
Why can't you hear me? I'm screaming.
I love these notes. Hell yeah. Man, this ending made up for those small mistakes. I mean, I feel bad even talking about it. I just wanted to point them out because I know that some of you that are watching will really appreciate the honesty. And I know that a lot of you actually hear it and understand. For those of you that don't hear it, please rewatch this and rewatch the original video as many times as you can. And if you really focus on those words that I've talked about, I'm sure that you will hear it. I'm positive. But let's just listen to this ending because this ending was majestic. This was one of my favorite endings, I think. This is one of his best. Even before.
Why can't you hear me? I'm screaming.
This ascending line, head voice, then this kind of, mixed belt, I would say. But the soprano, this is his soprano head voice, and I'm pretty sure that this part was inspired by Mozart's aria, Queen of the Night, from the opera Magic Flute. And I'm not sure, but this may be the first time that Dimash is singing this part live. I've heard it in the studio version, but it was kind of in the background. But here he's actually singing it. And man, these staccato notes, the soprano head voice staccato notes are so good. And this is probably the hardest part of the song. Again, Dimash is incredible. He sings these hard parts like it's nothing. But he was struggling a bit with his chest voice. Maybe he's actually ill. I don't know. It's different registers, so sometimes it's a bit easier singing head voice than chest voice. So, maybe he was shouty a bit. And I still think that it has to do with dancing. When he's not dancing, he's singing perfectly. When he's dancing, maybe there are a couple of notes here and there that are off, but you know, this is Dimash. I could listen even to this performance over and over and I would still enjoy it, but this is just kind of my job to talk about vocal stuff. And you know, this wasn't perfect, but I don't want it to be perfect. I actually don't really like when everything is perfect. That's kind of boring. I like these small imperfections. That just proves that he's human, and I love humans more than aliens. Ooh, and I love that break in the drums where he sings, then the drums. So listen. Oh. Woo. Ooh. Great, great. Okay, so I really enjoyed filming this video. This is the first time that I've compared 3 versions of the same song of Dimash on the channel. Let me know how you enjoy this kind of format. And if I were to place them in order, like which version was my favorite, I would probably go with the second version. That would be my top version. Then I would actually choose this one. Yes, it's not perfect, but I still enjoy it more than the studio version. I don't know, studio version just lacked something. Maybe it lacked a bit of energy and soul of a live performance. But even this performance and the one before this just had so much energy, and I love the more natural sounding instruments. Here we have distorted guitars, and I just wanted that for this song. It's called screaming. I mean, what's screaming without an electric guitar? I don't know. I just can't imagine that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry if I hurt somebody's feeling, but hey, that's how it goes. But if you appreciate the honesty, I would really love having you as a subscriber of this channel. Please like the video, share it around, leave comments, and if you want to see these videos for anybody else and also suggest video ideas like this, consider becoming a part of my Patreon page, because that's where everything is happening. Getting out to some amazing perks, there's something for everybody there. Or if you want to support the making of these videos in some other way, maybe you can treat me to a cup of coffee with the link in the description. Think about it, coffees aren't that expensive, but every single thing adds up in the end and really helps me make better and better videos for you guys. It just helps me do this constantly. And you know, I already know that this video is getting demonetized. It might even get blocked, but with your support, I can keep on doing this. So thank you to everybody that supports in any way, even if it's just sharing the videos. That means a lot as well. And what can I say? I really enjoy having you here. You look wonderful, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye.